Hey everybody, it's Angela and I'm back with another process video. And I just have a couple photos here of doing some target practice. I was out at the farm and we have a gong set up out there that you can practice shooting at. And I do need to practice to make sure I can stay safe and use the equipment because I do carry a firearm while hiking out in the wilderness because there are cougar and bear and now there are wolves moving in. And so I just have these two photos here that I am going to mat on this really bright paper, which I wasn't sure what to do with. And so I'm using part of it to mat the whole layout on, and then I'm using the rest of it to kind of mount my photos on. And that just brings a little pop of color because the pictures themselves, are just pretty much green, blue, and black. So I wanted to bring a few extra colors in, and I wish I would have had a target piece of paper, but I didn't. So I had looked through, and the closest thing I could find was this one, which was from the Boys Rule. I think that's a crate paper collection. So I just went ahead and trimmed that one down, and I'm going to mat it on this bright paper, bright chevron paper. And so I'm liking this so far. And this is about as much of an idea as I had in my head when I started this. So then I had to decide kind of what to include. And I didn't really have anything themed for target practice or anything. So I just started going through first what was on my desk. And I have this bag of tabs left over from my Scraptastic This Life Noted kits. And I don't use them enough, and so I have them here on my desk to try to encourage me to remember them and use them. So I want to pull out 3 of the colors from that background paper, or the matte paper. So I'm looking for, I know I want a yellow, and then I like the red, and then that kind of greenish color, and the 3 different sizes. So I'm going to go with those. And I'm just going to eventually put them up there with my tiny attacher. But I keep going through the stuff on my desk. I have little bits and pieces left over from different Scraptastic and Cocoa Daisy kits. Have a couple arrows there I thought were good, that little circle element. And then I thought, well, what else do I have? And so I decided to go to my scraps and stuff first. So I pull out this first tray, which is just extra die cuts and bits and pieces. And so I look through there trying to find something the right color. I find that kind of mustardy yellow color with the brown dots that's for journaling, and that's really, really old. So I was glad to get that out. That was the only thing I pulled out of that bin. And then I pulled out my little tray of cut apart sheets, looking through those for some colors or text that would be appropriate. And so I look through that, and I don't think I have a bunch of success in here either. It just, nothing was speaking to me. Oh, except for that black piece. I think it says do it and do it well. So I pulled that out. So I at least got one piece out of each. And then I went to my ephemera packs. And there's a few things from the Chamel ephemera, and I think the other is like October Afternoon, one of their waterfall packs. And then here I go, I'm just putting a little adhesive and then clipping those onto the mat and putting a staple in the center. And then this journaling piece had some little nibs on the side. So I'm just going ahead and trimming those off. And I'm going to do my journaling on that. And then the other pieces don't really have wording or anything that really goes with the theme. It's mostly just for the colors. And just to have something to kind of layer and collage behind. So I choose this Chamel piece with a little bit of gold on it, and then I put that black piece I got off of a cut apart sheet. adhere my journaling block down. And that arrow's another Chamel piece. And so I just go ahead, take off any nibs. And like I said, it wasn't so much the wording. I mean, I think I'll stop here. Wasn't exactly wording that fit this, but it was the colors I was going for. And I like the colors of this banner, and I go ahead and I cut that out. And it doesn't actually make it onto this layout, but I put the BU, and then I actually cut out the rest of that arrow off that card, and then it goes into the enamelware bin to use on a different layout sometime. So now I'm just looking to continue layering these pieces, and I wanted to draw a little more attention and bring some more color onto the layout. So I just got my gelato in yellow, and I'm just taking a paintbrush with a little bit of water on it, going around. I wanted to pull out just some more color, and first I had thought about using a red gelato, and then I thought, red target practice, that just would not be good. So I went ahead with this yellow instead, because I figured I had enough green in the grass, so I didn't really want to bring more of that in. So I'm just drying that. I didn't use a bunch of water, so it didn't really affect the paper too much. So I'm stapling this arrow onto the circle piece. I think I'm going to put it down there in the corner. And then I put that Chamel piece kind of just underneath the photo a little bit, so you can't really see the first, you just see the stop here. And then this other little round element I'm going to put up on foam tape. It just brings a pop of red down to that corner and, you know, directs your eye back into the page instead of leaving the page. And then I know that on the upper right I want to put my title. So I start looking through my alphabet stickers and thickers. And since that paper I use to mat the layout and my photos on has wood grain, I'm considering this new wood grain that I got in my latest Scraptastic kit. And I'm also looking at some of the kind of more olive green, and that's a brown vinyl thicker. The gray one was too big. Some of those were too bright. Some of them had more of a cursive font, which was just a little bit too fussy for this kind of a layout. So I wanted just a block, kind of a no-nonsense block print. Although I did kind of like that bright red color, but it was actually a little bit almost to the pink side, so it wasn't quite the right shade of red. So I do wind up going with these Scraptastic wood grain thickers that just came in our January kit. And I'm going to spell right on target. And I did do pretty good. It's nice with a gong because even though your target's really far away, you can hear if you've hit it or not, you know, because it goes dong. And so you don't have to like wait and then go and, you know, see if you hit the target or not. Because I can't see that far away. I'd have to have binoculars in order to see where on the target I'd hit it. But if I can hear the gong go, then I know. And you can kind of see the gong. It's on the very right hand side of the photo back there. So it is within the frame of the photo. I don't know how many yards away it is or anything like that. We don't have it measured out. But yeah, it's just a practice. And of course I've got my hat on so that the hot cartridges that come out of the AR don't get in my hair or burn anything. I've got my sweatshirt or my jacket zipped all the way up. All you girls know who do any kind of shooting that you should always keep your jacket zipped up and don't wear a V-neck. And I've got ear protection and shooting glasses on. So all that safety stuff. And then I found this clear arrow in my stuff, so I want to put that up there. My tiny attacher won't reach, and I kind of push a little bit too hard when I go to staple this in, and it kind kind of rips my paper a little bit, but I tape it from the back and then you can't really tell. And so I use just my craft mat to staple the second time, which is a little better, but it does leave a little indentation on your craft mat when you staple right into it. So I might find a better way to do that in the future. So I'm just stapling everything down, and I think that is my finished layout. So I really enjoyed this one, you know, just a little bit of a departure from baby layouts. And here are a few close-ups. You can see the tabs, the right on target. We were practicing that day with an AR-15, and I always practice with my Glock 26. So anyhow, that is my finished layout. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.